Yo, what's going on, guys? We're gonna be doing a new tier list today, right? We're gonna be doing Smite Gods today. Now, this is for your casual gameplay. This is not for your Grandmasters, 2500 MMR players. This is for your I play casual conquest to have fun with the boys type of tier list, right? So if you're like me and enjoy playing the game for fun and enjoy, casual gameplay, this is probably the tier list for you. You might be trying to find out who should I play, you know, this is probably your way to go. Now, Achilles. You typically play Achilles in the solo lane. To stop playing him support, please. I'm sick of it, right? But because Achilles has to execute and he just got buffed to go 35% threshold, I think Achilles is definitely A tier right now. Now, Agni. Now, 3 months ago, Agni was the best mage in the game. Now, I think Agni's definitely fallen off. You can still, contest objectives very well with his bombs. His stun combo is still pretty good if you know how to use it. But I think Agni's pretty C tier right now. AMC is trash. Stop playing AMC, right? And if you're gonna play AMC, at least build him ability base. So that's your Bluestone, your Transcendence, your Soul Leader. Stop going Leather Cowl, Death Toll into a Kin Size Executioner Aussie. Stop doing that. Stop it. I'm sick of it. Now, Aposh. Aposh is on the same level as Agni right now. I don't think Aposh is very good. He doesn't really stand out in anything. Amaterasu. I think Amaterasu jungle is kind of funny. I don't think it's good, but I think it's kind of funny. Amaterasu solo lane is dog, right? She's an auto attack hunter, or not hunter. She's an auto attack warrior right now, and they are very easily countered, right? You can counter build her easily with a mid guardian or a witchblade, and just get her absolutely pointless for the rest of the game. Honor. Honor's really good right now. He's pretty mid, pretty average, pretty above average actually. This is your pretty average, below average. This is your pretty above average, right? He's pretty decent right now. He just got buffed, so I play on her. He's not bad. Anubis. Now, I think Anubis is. I don't think Anubis is great, but I think his ability to 2-3-4 you to death or 2-3-1 you to death easily in the first. Anubis is a very good god in the first maybe 17 minutes of your game. After that, he falls off so hard. So because of that, I probably put a kill or Anubis probably C tier. I still think he's probably a top 5 one-on-one god in the game. So because of that, he's pretty mid right now. Akwang. Akwang is your S tier jungler, right? Akwang is very good right now, mainly because of his execute. So abuse the execute. Now people will know that they have the beads and Aegis. You execute, right? So what you gotta do is you gotta play around that. So you throw them up if they beads and you throw them with the Aegis and you throw them up in the air. You gotta get ready with that 2-1 combo. If they beads, you gotta get ready to blink slow with your 2 and then 3 them. You gotta get ready to do all that stuff. But besides that, his execute can carry you right now, right? You go Bumba's dagger into a Doom Orb into just basically your normal mage item. Stop building him auto attack. He is trash auto attack right now. And has been. Build him like a mage and play him like a mage. Right? You just have an execute. I think he is one of the best farming gods in the game right now. I don't think that many people, besides gods that build Golden Blade like your Nemesises and your Bakashura and your Mercury, can really outfarm him at the moment. I think he's very good to play. Aphrodite. Now, a lot of people are thinking, oh, I'm a great Aphrodite. I can play Aphrodite. Stop playing Aphrodite mid. Aphrodite mid is trash. You're garbage. Right? Stop it. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. You want to abuse your kiss. So you want to play her support. Now, you got to also know who to kiss, right? You want to kiss your ADCs. Eventually, sometimes you want to kiss your frontliners, right? To keep them more tanky. But you want to basically be kissing your backliners. You want to sit around that backline. You want to keep them alive. So because of that, a lot of people don't really know how to work with her. But I throw her C tier. People don't even be building Rod of Asclepius on her, which is very frustrating. You want to do that. Apollo. I think Apollo's pretty decent right now. You can play him in the jungle, and he works out very well with his ultimate. It's a great rotation item, right? Even in ADC, jungle, whatever. It's an amazing rotation ultimate. And I think split pushing is pretty decent right now, especially with the siege, with how sieging works now, around like 30 minutes when the Titans come unleashed. Arachne is horrid. Stop playing Arachne. Her best clear is her 3, and it's pointless. Her 3 sucks. Don't even use her. She's trash. Stop playing Arachne. Ares. Ares is pretty B tier. He's basically just your run of the mill beads burner god, especially in the support lane, right? Now his chains can be very decent if they have a lot of movement, or you think they're gonna have a lot of movement on their team. The chains can be very good at locking him down. Now Artemis, I think Artemis is one of the worst hunters in the game right now. But I still think she has some value, mainly because of that ult she has. She can walk in, press W, press 4, and run away. That's all she can do, seemingly, before she gets poked out and forced to retreat. I don't think even with the buff to her arrows, and her 3, I don't really think it's that valuable. I don't think she's that good, right? I just don't really think you should be playing Artemis right now, considering there's so many better options, especially in the Hunter, ADC rank. RDO. RDO is horrible. Stop playing RDO. Please don't play RDO, right? Your options for solo laners are much larger, especially your magical damaging solo laners. Stop playing RDO. Athena. Now, I think Athena's pretty okay right now, right? I think her taunt's pretty decent. If you have a team that can play around that taunt, I think it could work out for you. So I play with Athena. Her 3 is the hardest hitting damaging item or like ability of almost any support in the game right now. The 3 just does so much damage. So 3 is pretty. So she's pretty viable right now. Atlas, very easy to play, right? I think Atlas is still a great support. His ult shreds protections. He has that pull. He has a lot of CC in his kit. I think you can still get a lot of value out of your Atlas. Wilix is one of those Anubis tier gods, which is very good at 1v1ing. She's very good single target damage, and that's pretty hard to do now if you group up properly. How to push objectives. I don't think it's hard. I don't think Wilix is that good right now. She's okay. If you can get that 1-on-1, but besides that, she's trash. Especially if your team has no knockups whatsoever. Like if you play her with a Tyr, a Yorm, Bacchus jump, just basically any gods that have knockups in their kit, especially maybe a Cerberus, right? I think she's pretty valuable. Baba Yaga. I think Baba Yaga is the best mage in the game right now, mainly because she can stack super easily. So she can get Prophetics, she can go to Warlock Staff, she can go in Charon's Coin very easily, and even Thebes, I guess, if you wanted to, right? But I wouldn't do that. But I think she's very good right now. Bacchus. I think Bacchus is trash. I think he gets outplayed by all the other supports right now. His best, CC is his 3, and you can get CC'd out of it way too easily. If you're going up against certain guys, maybe like a Kraken, who can't really CC you out of it, then I think he's really good because you can't be knockup immune in it. Bakashura. Bakashura is one of your just jungle farm bots where you get Golden Blade and you just run around and just clear jungle all game long, and you don't really provide that much value to your team fights, seemingly. I think Bakashura is pretty mid right now. I wouldn't play Bakashura. I think he's pretty boring to play. You just get Golden Blade and run around, don't really do that much. Baron, I do not think Baron is good right now at all. I think even Baron support is pretty average. I think out of the other mages that could play support, I think Baron is probably the worst one. I probably wouldn't play Baron support or mid. Bastet. Now Bastet has pretty decent damage, right? Besides that, she's pretty useless. She's okay. Bellona. Too many solo laners now that are being played abuse CC. And Bellona, can get stunned or CC'd out of basically every single one of her abilities. And I don't think your ult is... I think your ult's pretty bad. I don't think your ult's good at all. I think she's pretty useless right now. Stop playing Bellona. Unless she can somehow get a buff. I don't see her returning, or playing well anytime soon. Bracken. Bracken is one of those gods to where you could pump stop on him if your team knows what they're doing. or it could be a god where you throw away your support role because you suck. And because of that, I think he's D tier. Kimazats, also another D tier god. You don't really play him in solo. You definitely probably shouldn't be playing him in the jungle, right? He's definitely much better in the solo lane, I think, personally, than the jungle. But I wouldn't play him right now. Cerberus. Cerberus is just like Ares. It's basically excuse me, a beads burning god right now, and that's about it. I don't necessarily think he's that good. I think he's good in the solo lane. I definitely would not be playing him support though. I play him solo. Cernos. I think Cernos is a top 3 hunter in the game right now, but he's not your S tier hunter. He's very, very good, but I don't think he's your S tier hunter, right? His passive from his one lets him change different versions. So he has the attack speed or the attack damage, the life steal, the slow, and the penetration one. The penetration one is the best one for actually attacking enemy players, and he has the life steal for extra sustain in lane, and the damage for clearing objectives, right? Burning fire giants, burning gold furies, burning pyromancers, clearing camps, right? I think that's very good right there. Chalk. Man, I played against some really bad Chalks recently. I don't think Chalk is very good at all. I've never seen Chalk win a game ever. Since this patch just came out, I've seen a bunch. I've never seen him win a game once. Stop playing Chalk. Chang'e. I don't think she's very good right now. She was very good when the healing meta was a thing, but that's not necessarily a thing anymore. They kind of reverted most of that. So I think she's pretty okay right now. She's not great, but she's very close and not wanting to be played. I think her ult is still pretty decent. You can still hit like a truck with that ultimate, but besides that, she's not very good. Charybdis. The only good thing about Charybdis is her escape, and that's her 3. Everything else is trash. Her ultimate is the worst ultimate in the entire game. Stop playing Charybdis. Chernobog. Chernobog is just better Apollo, right? Global ultimate. He's good at split pushing. Besides that, he's basically just Apollo, but slightly better, I think. Chiron. Now, I think Chiron has great poke in lane. He doesn't necessarily have the best secure. I think his ult can secure pretty decent. I mean, it can be okay, but I think there's other hunters in the game with better secure than Chiron. I'd say Chiron's pretty decent. He's pretty mid right now, mainly because his poke. He's much better in the mid lane than he is in the ADC role, mainly because double hunters is good right now, and if you run the ability hunter in mid, it works out pretty well for you. Chronos. The only good thing about Chronos is ult because you suck and you have to press 4 every time you're about to die. I'd stop playing Chronos. I wouldn't play Chronos, but just because you have the ultimate that can save you, that makes him pretty decent. Cleo. A very underperforming god for me personally. I don't think she's very great. I don't necessarily find her enjoyable in the first place. I don't think she is much better than any other not magical ability damaging assassins. I don't think she's that great right now. Cthulhu, stop playing Cthulhu. You press 4, you get sundered, you die. Stop playing Cthulhu. He's trash. Kukulkan. I think because you don't use mana, he has some sort of value, and also he can abuse these new guardian warrior items like Glorious Pride. Cupid. I think Cupid is very good right now. Right? There's only 2 hunters I could think of that necessarily counter his ultimate, and that would be like a Hachi ult and a Marticarus ult. Besides that, like their dash, if they don't have their ults though, they are screwed. Right? I think Cupid is very good at locking down enemy hunters in lane. So that's why I think he's very good right now to play. Daji. Very, very mid. I don't think Daji's very good right now. Her ult has some sort of value, but you gotta actually hit it. So that's the point. Danzaburo. He's a hunter. He's pretty decent right now. He can shred tanks, so I think he's decent. Disco. Play Disco. Play Disco in mid. She's very good. If you're playing with a buddy, if you're duo queuing, or if you have a lot of faith in your teammates, play Disco. Her passive is very helpful for her team. It gives extra power for who's ever top damage right now. So I think it'll be pretty decent, and I also think her poke is very good. Her ult is very good in these jungles, team fights. It can destroy frontliners, get a Sunder off, boom, golden apple, and they are shredded. Erlang. Erlang is pretty decent in the jungle right now. I probably wouldn't play him solo. He got his mitigations buffed in his ability. I think he's pretty decent right now. Iset, all she can do is secure objectives. She sucks at everything else. Fafnir, I think Fafnir is criminally underrated with his ultimate. 20 extra seconds in that ult is very, very valuable in certain team fights. Fenrir, one of the best, if not the best jungle in the game right now. Right? He's instant bird beat. He's an instant beads burner. You can build him tanky in the jungle too and still get consistent 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 damaging games in, right? He's very, very good. Play Fenrir. Please, play Fenrir. Freya. Magical ADCs are dog. Stop playing them. Ganesha. I like Ganesha. I think Ganesha's ult is very, very good right now, especially in the jungle. That's where a lot of the fights happen from your 22 and so forth time after that. So play him. He's very good at separating people with his ultimate. So I'd play Ganesha in support if you can. Geb. Geb can abuse Gloria's Pride Wind. Right, I think he's very good. Stone of Binding is very good right now in supports, and he has a lot of CC in his kit, especially with his 2 doing so much damage now. I think your Geb is very good and very underrated. Gilgamesh. He's a warrior. You can abuse the warrior items on him, but he's pretty average. Guan Yu. I think Guan Yu is way too easily counterbuilt and lane. I think his 3, where whatever his shred the protections are, I can't remember. I think that's his 3. Is very, very good. I'll move him up, actually. He's pretty decent, right? His ultimate is very good. It's like the highest damaging warrior ultimate right now. You could play him. He's pretty good, but he just gets very easily counterbuilt because of his heal. Hachiman. The best auto attack hunter in the game right now. Not much else to say about him. He has great clear. His 1 does a ton of damage. His 3, if you can hit that stun, great. And his ult is a great getaway. I feel like you use it to engage or you use it to escape, right? Sometimes to secure. He's pretty decent at that stuff. Hades. I think Hades is trash right now. Let's say he ults the front line. Boom, ult line, front line sunders him, and mages and hunters just burn him down and he dies. Hebo. Hebo's pretty good right now. He's actually not good right now. I'm sorry. Excuse me. He's pretty decent, right? I wouldn't say he's great. He's a burst mage. And Hebo really shines in that late game 25-plus minute mark. I think that when you get that full build up, get level 30, I think that's when Hebo shines the most. Heimdall. I think Heimdall's really good right now. I think not that many people are playing him because they're not aware of how hunters are now, but I think Heimdall's very good because he doesn't use crit. And crit sucks right now. Stop building crit, please. Crit's horrible. The whole team will build spectral, and you do 2 damage to everyone in the entire game. Stop building crit. Heimdall's very good because he doesn't abuse crit. Hell, I think if you have a good Hell on your team, she is very valuable. Right, that cleanse from her light stance is very good, and the protection shred and the slow in her dark stance is also very good right now. I think she also provides protections, MP5. She heals, which is very valuable, right? I think Hell's very good right now. Hera. Now, the only good thing to me about Hera is Argus. Sometimes I have to say she's okay. She's probably pretty D tier. Hercules. Now, last patch, Hercules is S tier. You should be abusing him. Now, Hercules has fallen down a little bit. His 2-1 combo got a second. Had on the timers. His ult's still pretty good. He's kind of weird with Pride Win, right? But besides that, I still think he's pretty decent. He's pretty viable. Horus. S tier. I think he is. To me, I think Horus is the best support in the game. If you just want to carry, right? Your 2s, shreds, protections, which is very valuable right now because, of course, tank meta. Everyone has prots. So you want to shred them as fast as possible. 2 shreds, right? And stuns. Your 1 knock up with the slow. Your 3 instant get out if things start getting risky, and your 4 is a great engage with your front line, right? I think that's very good. Also good at diving. If you have another good frontliner with you, they can stand in the front. Horus can maybe go to the side, take someone with them. Boom, dive the back line. They're going pretty well over there. Hu Yi. He's just pretty basic. There's not much to say about Hu Yi. Hun Bats. The only value Hun Bats gets is because I think he has the best teamfight ultimate in the entire game right now, arguably. At least a top 3 teamfight ultimate in the game right now. Um, Not much else to say about him. That's the only reason why he's viable. Ishtar, she shined in crit, and I think she's kind of fallen off since crit has not become meta anymore. So take that as you will. I think she's okay, but I don't think she's that as good as she once was. Izanami. All she could do is clear waves after waves after waves after waves. If you play Izanami, you're farming until 30 minutes and you're not going into any team fights. Her ult sucks. I don't think her escape is even that good, right? I I don't like Izanami. I don't think she's that good. All you do is clear waves, clear lane, right? And if you somehow lose lane or get out farmed on Izanami, it's pathetic. Sometimes even like Hachiman be out farming Izanami easily, right? I don't think she's very good at all. Janice. If you're good with rotating on Janice, Janice is a very good pick right now. I think he's great. But a lot of people don't know how to use his portals very properly. On Janice, you also have to use your portals to help your teammates get out, not just you, right? You want to help your team as well with Janice, which is a lot of people don't a lot of people don't know that seemingly. So you want to use your portals to get around the map. I think Janice is very valuable with that. Jingwei, I think Jingwei is also trash, right? I don't think she's very good. She shined in crit meta, but crit isn't meta anymore, so she's fallen off heavily. Yorm, a lot of you might question this, but I think Yorm is S tier. I think Yorm is, after seeing him, at the at Summer Masters this year, I think Yorm is probably the best solo laner in the game. To be honest, Sunder is a relic that is bought on basically everyone right now, and you can ult and negate the entire effect of Sunder. So you might have two people Sunder you. You might have three Sunders used on you at once, and that's good. You're a good actives burner right now, and he's also great into the best solo laner matchups right now. So your Tyr, your knockup immune, your Achilles, your Hercules, your right. He's just, I was gonna say Vamana, but we'll get to him later. But he's just very good into those matchups. Kali, I think Kali's good right now. I think Kali's almost S tier, right? Mainly because of her passive, right? You want to target the people who have no escapes. And if you ever go up against a team with a lot of escapes, maybe Kali might fall off a little bit, but she's great at shredding tanks because of that passive. She gets like, what, 20, 25% extra pen on gods that she has her passive on. I think she's great. She also has a great press 4, jump away ultimate to save herself. Kepri, great dive comp tank. Besides that, I think he's very great. King Arthur. Play King Arthur in your solo lane, right? Play him in solo lane. Build your blue stones. You could build anything on him, right? But you want to make sure you fit in that glad shield somewhere in there, right? So you want to go your blue stone, glad shield, if solve any physical defense, then you can go like a hardware amulet, and then stone of binding, stuff like that, manticore spikes. Right? You want to build him very bruiserous because bruiser-ish because he can do a lot of damage, and I think he's very viable right now in solo lane. Kukulkan. Stop playing Kukulkan. I think with the juggle getting wider, I think Kukulkan has very fallen off heavily. Right, his ultimate's too easy to dodge now. His tornado doesn't take up an entire, walkway in the jungle now. You just walk around it. Kumakana, all he's good for is seeing the enemy team. Besides that, I don't think he's very good. Kuzumo. Kuzumo is very good right now. He's very good in the solo lane. He's also very good in support. I think he's much better in solo lane, though, than he is in support because he has very high damage numbers. So play Kuzumo in your support role or in your solo. Lancelot. Stop playing Lancelot. He's trash in solo and he's trash in jungle. Stop playing him jungle specifically. If you're going to play Lancelot, play him solo. He's horrible in the jungle. Stop it. Loki. I think Loki's having a hard time right now, but I still think Loki's better than Lancelot. Right? I think he's pretty. Actually, I'm borderline these two, but I think I'm going to throw him in D tier just because, it's harder for you. Loki was known as that, I'm just one shot everyone god, right? And now sometimes in games you're having 3, even 4 tanky gods in a game to where Loki's value has very far plummeted. Maui. I think Maui is very good right now. I don't think he's as good as Atlas, but I think Mao's a very good support right now. Right, he has a lot of CC. He has good secure with his whatever his pull is. Right, I think he's very good. Medusa. Medusa's trash. She's not very good right now. Stop building her ability based. Build her auto attack pen, but I don't think she's very good. Mercury. I think Mercury's fallen off heavily. He's basically Bakashura, but worse right now because crit sucks. He can't. He can still secure. All you do is farm the jungle. You can still solo Pyro. You can still solo Gold Fury, which is still pretty decent. But besides that, your kill potential is plummeted because crit has fallen off. Merlin. Merlin's very mid right now. Right, he has great. The thing I love about Merlin is his ability to shred objectives. He just has 0 secure. Right, so you got to make sure you have someone on your team with secure, because Merlin will burn and shred those objectives. Morgan. I think Morgan's pretty mid right now. I don't think she's very great. I don't think she's very bad. There's nothing about her that really outshines any of the other mages. But you can play her if you're having fun. Mulan. There's nothing that great about Mulan either. I just say she's slightly worse than most of the warriors in the game. I don't think she's that great. That's about it. Neja. With tanks being good, and Neja is very good built tanky in the jungle, right? Stone of Binding is very meta now on Neja. Stone of Binding, your Glad Shields, even your Shoguns, I guess, if you wanted to, right? I think she shines with those items. So I play Neja. Neith. Very mid. Neith has been mid for God knows how long. Nemesis. S tier assassin right now. Right. Mainly because of your ultimate. Your ultimate's very good. It shreds and absolutely shreds protections and takes away percent health from the enemy god. She also could be a Golden Blade, Executioner, and Kins, which makes her even better at clearing clearing out the jungle and getting in that extra penetration with Kins and Executioners. So I think Nemesis is very good right now. You don't even have to 1v1. You could just throw your ult down on a front line and let your back line do the work, and you can go around for a gank. Nike. Nothing spectacular about Nike. Nox. Nox support is very good right now. Don't play Nox mid, play Nox support. Nox is very good in the support, but you gotta know what you do. War flag, you go war flag, your Lano's mask, whatever. Even your sentinels, I guess, if you wanted to. You want to play Nox in support. Nuwa. Nuwa's pretty average. She's not great at all. Odin. I think Odin is pretty underrated right now. He's pretty average. He's good at locking down other players. He's always a decent counter pick to most solo laners. I think he counter picks Yorm pretty easily. Actually, I'll move him up because he counters his best solo in the game. I think his ult is very very good right now, and I don't think people they don't know how to use his ult very well, especially in those early games. I think his ult's very good. Oleron's up. The only good thing about Oleron that saves him from F tier ult is his ultimate. Osiris. I love Osiris, but he's trash. Stop playing on Osiris. Pele. Very. She's an all-in type of all-in type of assassin, right? So you got to full commit every kill or every time you try to attack people, which kind of makes her value less because, people are more tanky now. And if you go her full damage, so you can go in and do that dive comp type of style with her and go commit full in, she just gets burned down way too fast. Persephone. Her ult is very good at locking down the mid lane, objectives, I think she's pretty good right now. Poseidon. Play Poseidon. I think Poseidon's pretty good right now. Your Kraken is very important from level 5 to level 12. Just spam it on cooldown. It's just really good. It's amazing. All right. Play Poseidon. Poseidon's very good right now. Even Jungle Poseidon is very good because he gets the movement speed and his mainly just because of his movement speed, he's very easy to move around the map with, and he farms insanely well. Raijin, pretty decent right now. I don't have anything really to say about Raijin. He's pretty average. Raw. With the Raw buffs, I think Raw has seen some more play time. I don't necessarily think, Raw's A tier, but I think Raw is maybe borderline A tier. Rama. Rama's pretty good right now. Don't build crit on Rama, build pen, and you'll be good. Ratatosker. I think Ratatosker's pretty average right now. I don't think there's nothing that great about Ratatosker. You could build tanky Ratatosker in the jungle and do pretty well. Ravana. Ramadan's the best jungle in the game right now. He can abuse the new Pride win. He has multiple CC getaways. He has his jump, right? I think he's a great pick right now. Play Ravana. Scylla. I think Scylla's underrated. I would play Scylla in mid. I think I think her ability to poke out the enemy team is great. Her clear, her clear sucks at the beginning, but you gotta give her time. You gotta let her cook, right? I think Scylla's good. I think her ult very strong, right? It's a great secure ult. Even her 2 is great at securing. I play Scylla. Serket. Serket's in that same tier as Ratatoskr. I think they both play pretty similar to me, besides the fact that Serket, to be very good at Serket, you got to be able to double taunt, right? And a lot of people have struggles with that double taunting. And what I mean by that is you hit both your taunts on 2 different gods, right? So you throw out 2 taunts every time you 2. You want to make sure you hit 2 gods with each one of them, right? Or else, you kind of lose value out of the taunt. I think she's a great. Actually, I'm moving her up. I think she's better than Ratatoskr because I think she's the best 1v1 assassin in the game. And you can kind of build her similar to Ratatoskr and still do a bunch of damage. Set. Pretty average. I don't think that's that great. Um, you know, not much to say about Set. Shiva. I think Shiva is a top solo laner in the game right now. I even play Shiva support, man. Play Shiva support too. Yeah, I think Shiva's great. Scotty. Horrible. Scotty's horrible. Stop playing Scotty. Especially don't build auto attack Scotty. Build her ability based. She shines at nothing. She's trash. Stop playing her. Sobek. It's just a worse version of Maui. It's like the hey mom, can we have Maui? No, we have Maui at home. That's Sobek, right? He just underperforms at everything that Maui does. Soul Mage ADCs are bad right now. Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is a farm bot. All you do is clear the wave. That's about it. Susano. I think his team fight ultimate is very valuable. But you gotta know how to auto attack cancel with Susano, or else you lose basically all the value out of Susano. You gotta know how to auto attack cancel and how to use your ult properly. That's about it. Sylvanas. Sylvanas is very average right now, right? Healers have kind of taken a hit. Terra is still very good even after the healing nerfs. I think Terra is a top support in the game right now. Vanitos. Like I said, same with Achilles and Aquang. His execute just carries you. You could be horrible and still drop 10, 20 kills on Thanatos, mainly because of that execute. The Morgan, she's pretty average, right? I wouldn't say she's great. Nothing much to say about her. Thor. I think Thor is an S tier god. Not much to say about Thor. You can play him in solo and build tanky and still pump. You could play him in the jungle, go full damage, or even tanky in the jungle and still pump damage, right? I think Thor is great. Auto attack canceling with Hydras on Thor is very valuable, especially if you're going to go full damage. So I'd do that. Try out Thor. I think Thor's great right now. Thoth. Average god. Nothing much to say about him. Tiamat. Play Tiamat, right? She can abuse Pride Wind, right? She can abuse all of those new mage, or all of the new warrior items, and guardian items. I think she's very good in solo lane because you can build her slightly tanky. I think she's good in mate. I think she's good in mid. Even if you build her tanky in mid, you can still have a good time with her. Tsukunomi, pretty mid. I wouldn't say he's very great right now. Tier, top solo laner in the game right now. Probably the best physical solo laner. Him and Shiva are probably tied to me on the 2 best physical damaging solo laners in the game. Yorm is the best overall, but I think these 2 are the best physical damaging ones. Tyr is very good right now with his ultimate. It's a great engage. It's even a great disengage. It's got the stun. He can fearless. He has so many things that you have to CC, and so many things that could proc a Stone of Bindings or proc a Manticore Spikes, that can help your team out. Uller. Ullr's pretty average right now. I wouldn't say he's great. He's okay in mid lane, but anywhere else he's pretty trash. Vamana, he took a big hit. They nerfed the big baby, so he's okay. He's still viable, but I wouldn't say he's great. Vulcan, another one of those okay gods. You gotta know how to use that ult, right? Take his ult off at insta cast. You're missing it. Put his ult on normal cast or quick cast. Xbalanque, the only thing that gives him value is his ultimate. I think that blind is very good late game. But besides that, I won't play Xbalanque. Sheik 10. I think Sheik 10 is really only good in the shuttle lane. And besides that, there's not much to say about him. Emoja. Emoja is the top, one of the top, no, not the top, one of the top supports in the game right now. She's a very high skill gap though, so you gotta know how to play Emoja right. But if you can figure her out and get her down to, you know, an exact science, right, you could ball out on Emoja. Ymir. With the widening of the jungle lanes, his wall has become almost useless. Stop playing him. I don't think he's that great right now. Yu Huang still probably the safest mage in the game. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be dying on Yu Huang, especially early game. Zeus, he's pretty average. He's been the same seemingly all of his life. Zhong Kui, I think Zhong Kui is one of the better solo laners in the game right now. Specifically solo lane. You can play him mid if you want to go full damage, but I think the mitigations he gets off his passive is a lot more than people think. I think he's very tanky as long as you use your ult in the right time. Right? If you just go out there and use your ult as an engage, you lose all those mitigations. So you want to make sure you save the mitigations and use it at the right time. Surtur, decent dive comp character. He's okay. I wouldn't say nothing about him shines. He just clears wave pretty easily. Besides that, he's okay. Articuras is your S tier best hunter in the game right now. He's the easiest hunter in the game right now. Play Articuras. There's nothing else to say. Ixao. A lot of people don't know about Ixao. Ixao, I think, is one of the best characters in the game. I think she's insane. Play her jungle, play her solo. Actually, I wouldn't even play her solo. Play her jungle, play her mid. Right, I think her combos are crazy. Her ultimate is amazing too. If you can hit an enemy god and heal at the same time, it like doubles the duration of it. Man, Ixao is crazy. Just y'all gotta learn how to play that Ixao, right? All right, well that's every god so far, right? This is our S tier category. Play these gods if you want to win your games. If you want to sweat really hard and casual for some reason, or if you just want to know who's really good, play these gods. These gods are also very good, valuable picks right here. Stop playing these ones for the love of God. Please stop playing them until they get buffed. Some of these too, just you really want to stick around this category right here. These are your best gods in the game right now, especially your S tiers. I think they can carry your games, and you can even play these gods in ranked and still have a great time, especially from here up. But yeah, that's my tier list. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.